What? Let's get into more. So there are cousins, directly your first cousins, the Fazzari family is. This is from our nonna's side,
my mother's side. Yeah,
because she's a Fazzari, and it was her
brother,
but it was her father.
Her father,
the first.
That had the land, the farm, the
first olive trees that were.
That started with maybe 5, 10, 20 acres. I'm not exactly sure, and then slowly the sons started to grow, like early 1900s, like 1910, 1920. And then they start to grow a little bit more, and they grow a little bit more, and then the sons, my cousins, came along, and they turned it a little bit more advanced. So approximately 40 years ago, they were losing out because the big corporation, they were buying everything, and they were hardly making enough to survive, so they had to turn a little bit more modern. So they had to get a little bit more modern machinery to make this oil be more suitable for to be extra virgin, to be the best, because we do have one of the very best olive oil there. So they did get this machinery, and now we're fortunate enough to have the very best, or one of the very best in the world. And it's not because I say so, it's because people that their industry, in the education, in their university of Florence and whatever else, they say so. And
the olive oil experts.
Yes,
because everyone does say, I mean, if it's olive oil from your hometown, or if it's your family's olive oil, it's the best olive oil in the world, which for them it is, of course. And for us, I mean, of course our family's olive oil is the best in the world for us, because that is basically us. So I mean, to say that it's not would be ludicrous, but it's like, those are our roots, that's our family, that's our work, that's our passion, and that's where everything I personally have today has come from. So I mean, this business, which we call a business, Sarafino is not, I say it's not even my business, it's just my life. This is just what it is. I don't know anything else, and this is naturally the direction I took, and sort of going to the education, which I find is pretty important. And I don't want to dumb down education in any way, but I never learned how to sell. I never learned marketing, which I think is actually an advantage. I never studied that, so I never learned how to you could say how to manipulate a product or service or people into buying something. So it's just naturally from a place where you just want to share something that you feel, or that is good and has benefits to not just us or the people producing it, but to everyone that's involved, whether it's the people harvesting, or the community, or the people that are obviously consuming it. So that's one of the major things that I'm proud of, and that I've learned, which is it's something maybe perhaps that you don't learn in school. So
I've been told probably by people that they had maybe 10 times my education, that they spend an hour talking to me, and they learn more in that hour in their entire life. Like who am I? Like I'm no professor, but I just know what I know. I just know what I learned in my life, and you just do it what you know best. You do it with your heart, and you can go wrong. If you're bluffing, it doesn't get very far, because you're telling the truth. You're not telling stupidities, because people are tired of listening to stupidities. You want to hear real things, real stuff, real people, real.
That's the premise of, I mean, basically the industry that we're fortunate to be in, and sort of the circumstances surrounding it, of course, are unfortunate, because we have something that people are obviously aware of, but there's this mass adulteration, corruption going on in this product, which, of course, you know, this product is dear to our heart. This product is us. So when you have these other products out there that are not what they're saying they are, you know, it's a huge, you know, it's an offense. It's like demoralizing, and to see what is actually going on and then to try to convey that to people, it's just like you have no option but to be truthful, and not just in, of course, selling our product, because that's what we're here to do, but it sort of forces you, and not to say that we wouldn't do it anyways perhaps, but it really just forces you to, like, hey, like, this one thing that we know that we're trying to promote, that we're trying to share, there's like this whole other bad side to it that's going on. So it's just like, if you don't stay on the one straight and narrow, which, I mean, of course we're human, which is impossible, but you have to be truthful in every single which way of your life, and try to connect and, you know, support products or services that are being truthful and genuine. And that's sort of what magnetizes just people around you to understand that, hey, like, this is what I want, and you sort of get rid of things that don't make any sense. So that's, I mean, if the industry wasn't like that, then I wouldn't be, you know, who I am today. We wouldn't be who we are today. But it's like, it's sort of put pressure on and just really elevated us as human beings, or us as a family, to like work better together. Excuse me, because we have, you know, we already have this issue of, you know, being able to survive, or, you know, put this product out there, that that's a whole battle on its own. So as a family unit, it's helped us to, like, yeah, we've got that issue. Like, we don't really need to create too many of our own issues. Not that any family doesn't have issues. So it's something that, it's sort of the bad sort of stuff has been a glue and has propelled us to be better, and to further understand ourselves and, you know, the product, and how we could work together and make, you know, contribute what it is that we need to contribute to our society, and to our community, and just to ourselves. So you have the Fazzari brothers, who are your first cousins, who you grew up with, right?
Yes,
so,
we did.
So who are they, or who is close to you, or what is it? What's the connection there, so that we can, you know, help people understand how directly connected, because there is a plot of land that's, you know, in our family, but it's the Fazzari brothers who obviously remain there because you're here, but you know, they're people that you talk to every week, or you call Mimo, or you called Vincenzo. There's places that we always went to. I mean, that's what I remembered growing up. It's just like, yeah, you go to their house, to Vincenzo's house, you eat for 4 hours, and then you go see the other Beppi or Giorgio, and then, so who are these people, and what do they sort of mean to you, and what have they done?
Well, by blood we're first cousins, but really more like brothers. But in the book we're cousins. Obviously now they're older, and some of them, they're gone, unfortunately, but that's life. Their children now, they're grown up, so they're taking over. So the relation then was excellent. Now it's a little bit better than excellent. And so we are fortunate enough to keep the tradition, to keep the closeness, to keep the relation growing. And 20 some years ago, we did bring. We were fortunate enough to bring their olive oil here, and we never looked back since, because we started with 6 boxes. Now we probably bring 3 containers. I don't know exactly, but yeah. So quantity doesn't matter. What matters is that the relation was very good, and then is excellent now, and we never look back. And yeah, it's only gonna get better. I know it's gonna get even better from here on. And yeah, so we kind of brought here a little piece of that land in our heart. We brought it here. Obviously, the land is not physically possible, but we brought the fruit here, which is the olive oil. And thank God the people here has responded well, and we did okay.